Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. My name is Mick, and with me as always,
Landon Browning.
And David Parker.
And with me as always, Landon Browning. David Parker. It's March the 8th, 2023.
I'm sorry, are you hosting?
Yeah, Dave, are you hosting?
No, I'm not hosting.
But I'm hosting. I'm Michael Parker.
Are you mocking him?
Are you mocking me?
I would never.
Are you mocking me?
No. Bojack Daily.
Where? Will Andy pick me?
Don't count on it.
Oh no. Not so soon.
Else? What else?
You guys didn't say anything
You guys
super
throw me out
bad.
of the window, too?
You guys didn't say anything super bad in the Ant-Man and the Wasp episode, right? Because I really didn't edit that episode at all. I basically skipped 90%.
Have you seen the movie yet?
No, I haven't.
Go watch it.
What are you doing?
Did you post that episode?
I did, yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, man, I'm done. I'm done.
I told you in the chat what he said.
Yeah, it's been a good run, guys.
I literally though recorded. I mean, I think Michael listened to the episode, but I recorded a disclaimer in it that was basically saying like, listen at your own peril.
Your own peril.
Did you put like the super explicit tag on just in case?
I didn't even make it. I didn't even.
So do not.
I didn't even make it an explicit tag because I figured you guys probably didn't say anything bad.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I literally can't remember. I'll listen to it and see.
No, it was
No, you're not. You're not going to listen to it.
Dude,
You never listen to the episode.
I listen to every episode we've ever.
Don't lie.
I listen to them while I sleep. I put them on.
That's why you're so tired.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, my friends are just talking all night.
Puts me to bed.
Yeah, Will's not here.
What is he doing? He's busy for like the next couple
He's got,
weeks during the evening. So, but he should be back with us in a couple weeks. Allegedly, that's what he told us.
Yeah, that's the official story.
That's the official story. The unofficial story
He's got stuff.
is he's got stuff. That's the
He's got
unofficial
stuff
story.
going on.
When he gets back, we'll let him
Explain himself.
talk about it. Pretty big.
I think he got kidnapped as a kid, and then it like messed up his childhood, and then he grew up and then kind of became this like loner guy. But his close friends, like one became a cop, and then the other became like a crime boss.
This is such a stupid
now
Such a stupid
segue. This is so dumb.
Man,
this is in
so
Boston
angry.
though.
So-
like
I'm
Stop
so
it.
angry.
I don't want to talk about this movie.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I lied. I just
what
wanted to
movie
see
am I
Will.
talking about, Landon? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I watched Mystic River last night after I took a. I've been like doing.
River.
My new thing is I take naps after work because I'm just like super tired for no reason.
I've been doing that.
Actually,
for
there's probably a
I mean,
reason.
you work
I've been
hard.
doing that for
You
like
work hard.
7 years now.
Yeah.
That's the best. You just get home and crash.
It
And then you
was-
wake
it's
up
been
and you're
like-
like, how long have I been asleep? I don't know.
Well, it's like been
Let
really
me look
nice.
outside.
Like, I just
it's
like
dark already. Oh,
yeah, like I got home today like pretty early, and I was like, I didn't have like anything to do. Like there was no pressing tasks. Like the only like thing I want to do is like get the sticker off the back of my new car because like it's driving.
can you crawl back there? You need to call
Tristan.
Tristan.
He would probably damage my car if he tried to take the sticker off. That's what I'm going to look up is like I'm like how to do it without damaging it. I guess like you can take if you put like a vinegar soaked.
Well, isn't it just taped on there?
No, I'm talking about they put a decal.
Oh, why'd they do that?
They do that to all their cars to try to get free advertising.
That's bull
I'm like-
crap.
I'm like, you know what makes my car less cool? So you can either use a heat gun to like get them loose,
Yeah.
or you can use like a vinegar, I guess soaked towel.
What about like boiling hot water?
I mean,
Just dumped on it.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna do the vinegar because like I don't want to like chance like bubbling the paint.
What if you just rip it off?
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. That'd be so sad. Just takes the paint off. There's just like an etched like the sticker was.
Permanently there. No.
Yeah.
It really
So I
was
watched-
the aesthetic Landon was going for with his sports car.
Yeah, the torn up. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you just like paint over it?
Yeah. Just take a Sharpie.
Just
I got
black
home,
electrical
you know what,
tape.
Though? There's a little bit of keeping up with the Joneses kind of vibe going on. You know, I get home from work. I bought my new car the other day. Neighbors across the street. Now they got like a camper in their driveway. So they're already trying to one up me.
What are you
need
going
to
to buy
show up.
next then to counter?
I've already bought a boat. So
All right. Okay.
and a truck to tow it, and a trailer for the boat. I now have so much debt.
This would be like just a funny like misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And you just like are just buying all this random crap, and they're like,
oh, we were just storing our parents' trailer here for a couple of days. I'm like, what? Yeah, Mystic River was good.
bottle's sticky.
I like Mystic River. I think it's like kind of a like a messed up movie.
Yeah.
But it has Sean Penn in it, so
Do you not like Sean Penn?
I have no opinion about him.
I feel like when you
that's
say
just
it,
a-
Sean Penn, like,
That's just a
really-
common thing I've heard on the internet. Is like Sean Penn is like washed up, like annoying, and
I mean, he did win
kind of a
an
d-bag actor.
Oscar for this
role.
performance. He,
So that means everything.
I mean,
It actually
I do
does.
think he's very good in this movie.
Oh, he's really good. Yeah,
He's very.
I didn't think it was
intimidating.
a great movie. I didn't think it was a great movie. I thought it was good. I think it was very solid.
What for you held it back from being great?
Sean Penn.
I think just the overall like I feel like the overall story was like I guess it was just a very basic movie told very well. I think,
But
it
isn't
wasn't-
that like
story?
your kind
Yeah.
of movie though?
I guess I don't know what I'm even complaining about this point. Like it was good. It was really good. I liked the ending. I thought it was part of the ending was kind of weird. You haven't seen it, Mick? I don't really want to spoil it. Then I guess it's a super old movie, but
Super old.
there's a weird
20
scene
years
at
old.
the end. Yeah, 20 years old.
It's not as old as Jurassic Park.
Well, Jurassic Park is a super old movie too.
There's also really is there anything you can like? I feel like they're different to spoil like
Are there
Jurassic.
dinosaurs in it?
You know what? There are no dinosaurs in Mystic River.
Great. Why even bother now?
There's a weird scene at the end of the movie, like in the last like 10 minutes with what's her name? Laura Linney, I think is her name. She was on Ozark.
Yeah,
she's the wife of Sean Penn's character, and it's like a super weird, creepy scene with her and Sean Penn that like kind of like creeped me out. Like it was like kind of like really dark. I felt like it was like this weird like
Well, she's kind of like supporting him, like no matter what, right? Like she's in it.
Yeah.
Because he's he's like not a good guy.
he's not a good person. Yeah. I did think it was some good. How much do you know anything about the movie?
Do you want to give kind of like a good premise of at least the beginning? Because that
Well,
kind
I
of
know that
sets up.
someone gets kidnapped and they're in Boston because Dave was like,
So the movie opens with three friends, like three childhood friends, are playing like street hockey. They're probably, I'm going to guess they're like probably
They're like 12 or 13.
Yeah,
oh, Dave and I did that super long ago. We were kids.
when you were like 12 or 13.
I
then
think this
Jesse
was a
got
20. This was a
older than that.
20-year joke by Michael. That was just keep going. Just ignore him.
And
Not as old as Jurassic Park.
they're playing street hockey, and they're like they go over to this like freshly poured concrete, and they're writing their names in the concrete. And then this car pulls up, and this guy gets out and pretends to be a police officer, and is like, "Oh, you're hurting, the property. You're damaging property. Like, I'm gonna take one of you back home to your mom and tell them like what you did." And they basically kidnap this kid and like molest him for like 4 days before he escapes. And then it flashes forward. I don't know, probably I'm gonna say 30 plus years, probably.
So a super
I'm gonna
long
guess.
time.
Yeah, a super long time.
I can't
And
fathom.
and one of the friends became a homicide detective. One friend is kind of like he runs a grocery store, and he's like kind of gone straight now, but like he's like clearly was like he's involved in
Some type of
activity.
criminal past.
Yeah, and then one of the friend that was abducted just has like a wife and kid, but he seems like definitely still like pretty scarred from, understandably, from what happened to him.
Yeah.
And then Sean Penn's character, who is the criminal type guy, his daughter is murdered, played by Emmy Rossum.
Yeah, from Shameless.
Shameless is murdered, and this isn't really spoilery, but it very much early sets up the night that it happens. The friend that was molested shows back up to his wife's house at like 3 a.m. and he's like bleeding heavily from his stomach, and his hands are like pummeled. And he tells his wife like, "Oh, like some guy mugged me. I fought him off. I might have killed him. She takes care of him." And they go to bed, and then they wake up the next day, and like this girl's dead, and it's basically like this like tension rising as like the wife starts to believe that like her husband killed. Mm-hmm. And they're friends. They're still friendly, the two families and stuff. And it's like this just investigation. They're trying to figure out who killed the daughter, and like the growing suspicion that, oh, of course, Dave killed them, which is the character's name, like because he's all messed up in the head from being. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of this tension as like vigilante justice starts to come into play, and then
But then you
Bacon
have
plays-
the third boy, who is Kevin Bacon grown up, and he is a cop who is like involved in
trying to figure out
the murder. Lawrence Fishburne also it's his partner, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a good movie. You should watch it.
Does he come in and say, I'm Morpheus.
No.
He does actually not. He does not do that.
He
in the
turns
movie.
into a dinosaur. So Landon was
I'm
lying.
serious.
There are dinosaurs in this movie.
That's the twist. That's the twist.
I'm Sergeant Morpheus.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's on HBO Max. So
When the time comes, you won't have to.
stop.
I would agree
yeah,
with
it's
Landon.
worth watching.
I think you should watch it, Mick. It's
He's beginning to believe.
Clint Eastwood directed it too. So
Yeah,
if you like any Clint
What
Eastwood,
what
movies.
a man.
I mean, he is
Speaking
literally
of-
a man.
he is literally. The day before that, I went to work, got home, took a nap, and then watched $1 Million Baby, another Clint Eastwood film.
Another
Dude.
Clint Eastwood movie.
That movie is sad. That's a sad movie.
That's a boxing movie, right? With Hilary
Yeah.
Swank.
Yep. Yeah, it is a sad.
Is that also on HBO Max?
Yes. Yeah, that's a really good movie. It's funny. It's got what's his face? The dude from he's in Tropic I can never say his last name. He's in Tropic
Jay
Thunder.
Baruchel.
Yeah.
Whatever his name
He's
is.
he's in the movie as like kind of a comic relief character, as like this like southern kid that like kind of just lives at this boxing gym and like clearly is like really uneducated. Like, but he's like just trying to be a boxer. He's like running around like screaming all the like the whole movie. Like Anthony Mackie's in it too, and Michael Pena and Morgan Freeman, Clint Eastwood, Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple other people, but like, yeah, just this like kind of like Hilary Swank plays this woman, like she's in her early 30s that's trying to become a boxer because she's like from, I think it's like Louisiana or something, and her like family's all, you know, kind of like trashy, and she doesn't have anything. She just works at a diner. She's like, this is the only thing that's ever made me feel good is boxing, and she's like wants Clint Eastwood to train her to be like a championship boxer, and it's kind of like he doesn't want to train her, you know, she wants, you know, it's kind of this push and pull.
He was like,
Reluctant-
I'll train you under one
Reluctant
condition.
mentor, kind of.
I get to eat free
Yep.
at your diner for life.
Yeah, and it's about them like trying
Oh
to
gosh, that freaked me out.
what.
So on the screen,
Oh,
the door
jeez.
behind
Oh my God,
the
that
door
scared me.
behind Dave opened up, and I thought it was our door here, and I was like,
Oh my.
It was just Bree letting the
gosh,
dog
my
in here.
heart stopped.
That'd be horrifying, dude. Like Dave watches this kid like
Oh my
executed.
god, that
Like,
freaked me out. But
what
then
would
I
you
was
do,
like,
Dave? What would you?
I'd be like, oh, I can ask your opinion on Mystic River,
What did you think of
Mr.
Mr.
Home Invasion person.
Yeah,
you locked your front door, right?
I have to check now.
Oh my goodness.
Where do you keep your guns?
Have you seen any
Yeah,
or
scary.
many Clint Eastwood movies, Michael?
I've seen American Sniper. Like stuff that he's directed, or
Yeah, I guess that's more what I meant, but
yeah, I've seen American Sniper. I've seen
Space Cowboys.
Jurassic Park.
Stop it.
Haven't seen The Matrix. No.
Dude,
Did he direct Space Cowboys?
He directed Space Cowboys.
Oh my gosh,
Is
that
that a
movie
bad
sounds
movie?
so cheesy. It's about a bunch of old astronauts that like come out of retirement
Oh
to
my
like
God.
one last mission, and we're the only ones that can do it.
that sounds stupid.
It's
Maybe
Clint
it's good,
Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, and James Garner that are the four
Oh,
like
no.
old
Oh,
man
no.
like cowboys that go into space.
Yeah.
Now, I actually don't know much about the movie. I just remember it seemed kind of silly at the time. I don't know much more about that, but
Isn't that like a late '90s movie or something?
it's a 2000 movie, the year 2000.
Dang.
So it might be good. I don't know, but the premise and the title are stupid. So,
Sell you?
but he also did Gran Torino, Invictus. He did Sully also.
I haven't seen Gran Torino. I've heard it's really good, but then like lately people have been like trying. It's like one of those movies people are trying to like cancel, I think, or something.
Wasn't the whole point though that he was like an angry old man who was like racist, like the character, but then he changed in the movie?
Yes, people don't get that though.
I mean, don't spoil this movie, but yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
like people are trying to like, they're like, oh, the portrayal of like.
I really
It's
want to
good.
see. It's like one of those movies that's been on my list for a long time that I just have not gotten around to seeing. So one of
Get
those days.
off my lawn.
Yeah. I need to watch it. I've heard. I've heard
It's
really
Mick.
good.
It's Clint Eastwood who's in the movie. It's not Harrison Ford.
Oh right.
Did that win Best Picture? Gran Torino?
It
No.
might have. Oh no!
don't
If
think
it was
so.
2008, then wasn't that the Slumdog Millionaire won that year? Didn't it?
Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen that
The
movie.
movie you're named after.
That's also a movie I really want to see that I have not seen.
That's a good joke.
Your door was locked, right?
Yes, the door was locked. I unlocked it though, so.
Okay, good.
And I open it just a crack.
And you put a sign up saying, "Come on in."
We're in here with headphones.
We can't
on.
hear.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. What else has he directed?
He's done quite a bit.
Heard he's
Letters
done
from
quite
Iwo
a bit.
Jima, Flags of Our Fathers. Others ones you would recognize.
Unforgiven, right? Or is that? Did he
Oh
just
yeah,
star in that?
Unforgiven.
He directed that one.
I want to watch
He
that.
started that one too. Unforgiven is good.
That's really
Morgan
good.
Freeman's also in that one.
Um,
Anyway, but you liked $1 Million Baby better than Mystic River,
I think I like them both. They're both really good.
just for different things.
Yeah, different. I mean, they're totally different movies. Like, I'd probably give them both like 7.5s, probably. Like, really solid. I also like they could also be lower just because like I was like tired watching them. Also,
Wait,
So,
but you napped before. Shouldn't you be awake and alert?
I've still,
yeah, because
I've-
didn't you watch Invictus not too long ago?
no, that was Dave.
Oh, Dave watched
That was
it.
me.
Oh yeah, and you made
I made fun of him for watching.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
He also did the movie Richard Jewell, which I really want to see. It's about the the security guard who like helps stop the bombing at the
Yeah, and then there's, like, a big
Atlanta
witch hunt on
Olympics.
him,
Yeah,
like,
and then there's basically like a witch hunt. He did that in 2019, I guess. I want to see that movie too.
Did you ever see The Mule?
No.
No, that's like his latest one, right?
Cry Machos is latest.
Oh, crap. How old is he?
He's like 92 or
104?
something. He is 92. Man,
He's looked like a crusty old leather belt for like the past 20 years.
40
so it's been
years.
really hard
I would
to
say
tell.
even more than that. He looks old.
I just picked a
like
time
Dirty
that was like a
Harry.
long time ago.
Okay,
so I picked
okay.
20 years, Dave. That's why.
Let's see. Well, yeah. Well, maybe I'll check out $1 Million Baby. I watched a movie that Landon talked about on the show recently, The Stranger.
Oh, yeah.
That was
You
really
like it?
good. Well,
It's creepy.
I was editing.
It's a creepy movie.
I was editing the podcast, listening to you talk about it, and I was like, "This story is very familiar. Why does this sound so familiar to me?" With Landon just talking a little bit about it, and I realized it was like from a podcast episode that I had heard from a different podcast a long time ago. And right away, like I was like, "Oh, right, this was a very like intense situation, and it was kind of nuts." So I wanted to watch the movie. I watched it, and it was really good. Really like dark and creepy and the whole
Some
like
of the scenes when they're just like driving in the car, like
well plus like
talking, like
the Joel Edgerton, is that his name?
Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel.
That guy. A lot of his like sleep deprivation stuff had a lot of more like horror stuff than what I was expecting too. So it's actually like quite a bit scarier. I was expecting more kind of like crime thriller, but I also would probably describe the movie as like kind of a semi-horror movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, really creepy, and it's crazy when you think like how I thought it was very like close to what I understood about the actual story, like the true story.
Yeah.
I want to go back and listen to the podcast at some point. Did I send you a link to that?
I think you did.
You should listen to it.
It was like a case file one. Right?
Yeah. You should listen to it.
I must have not listened to that one before.
It's
'cause
an
I don't
older
have any
one.
recollection. Yeah, I
It's
think I
episode
started like
50 or something.
I think I jumped like because the audio quality was poor on some of the earlier ones. I think I jumped a decent amount.
Landon's a podcast connoisseur. He's a snob, so it's like
That's why I don't listen to our earlier.
oh.
I don't listen because I'm lazy. That's the only reason.
But yeah, Stranger was really good. I think you would like it, Mick, but it is kind of scary, kind of spooky. But it's on HBO
Well, not for me.
No, it's on Netflix.
or Netflix. Sorry, I'm just so used to everything being on HBO Max that
I kind of think HBO is my preferred like streaming app at this point.
Speaking of Netflix, did you guys watch any of the Chris Rock special
No, I need to watch it.
where he finally talks about the slap heard around the world?
I need to watch it.
Did you watch it, Mick?
I saw like a 9-minute clip of it.
Is it funny?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't
Hold back.
anything.
Who does he take more shots at? Will Smith or Will Smith's wife?
Or the Academy?
Yeah.
I mean, he should take probably most swipes at the Academy. Honestly,
I can't believe they didn't like in hindsight. Like I can't believe they just like let him go sit back down. They didn't throw him out. Like
And then later they give an
security
Oscar
didn't
to
come
Will
out and,
Smith.
yeah, they did that. Did they do that after the fact?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, you don't get this. Like I can't believe they let him.
Who got second
win
place?
that. That's what I wouldn't like. Yeah, sorry, you don't get the like.
Seriously. And then like the whole auditorium is like standing ovation. It's like, did you guys just not see what just happened?
Did Chris Rock give him the award too?
No.
I was like,
I would have like thrown it at him.
Yeah,
shove it up his.
I can't believe he kept was able to keep his composure after getting like slapped like that. I would have
he handled that like extremely well.
I would have lost my mind. I would have been like,
The dude's a professional, unlike other people.
Yeah, I guess he is a comic. I mean, he probably
my wife's name. That honestly like made me lose a lot of respect, and not even respect, but just a lot of like, oh, I like Will Smith.
See, I was right all of these years. I knew it from the beginning that Will Smith.
I think after Suicide Squad, I was pretty much. I think I lost more respect after that than I did after.
Yeah, Landon has a point. That the slap was bad, but like it wasn't Suicide Squad bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. The slap was over in like 8 seconds. Like
Suicide Squad was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
nuts.
They should have taken the award. Who else was nominated that year?
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
These Oscars are coming up really soon, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, I still haven't seen The Whale.
I haven't either.
I want to see it for Brendan
everything,
Fraser's
everywhere, all at once. That's the movie I think I would want you to watch more than anything else out of everything that has nominations.
I've heard it's good.
It's really good.
Very good.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
I'll watch that as soon as you watch Top Gun Maverick. How about that? You butt wipe.
The other thing
the other actors were
Dave, shut up.
Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog, Javier Bardem, Being the Ricardos, Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and then Will Smith for King Richard.
I didn't watch any of those movies or any of those performances, but I probably would have picked anyone else over Will Smith.
Yeah, I think
I like all those actors better than Will Smith.
I think Andrew Garfield got a lot of good buzz.
Yeah,
with his role.
He doesn't have an Oscar yet, right? He should probably have one at this point.
He probably should have gotten one for Hacksaw Ridge.
He was really good.
He was nominated. Ridge. He was nominated.
Yeah.
Will Smith. I just don't think Will Smith's like that great of an actor. If I'm gonna be honest, like.
But he won an Oscar.
Yeah.
I thought you said that was.
I kind of felt like that was like, dude, don't twist my words.
What were you gonna say, Landon?
I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. I guess I should watch the movie. I should watch that movie before, but I don't want to because he hit Chris Rock. So
and he could slap you through.
He committed assault on national television,
and everybody was like, "Yay, Oscar time!" Yeah,
not only, he just walked back to his seat, right? And then
he strutted back to his seat. He's like, "Big man, defending my wife."
Yeah, stupid wife. Like,
did you hear about what Ricky Gervais said about it? Because he wasn't there at all, but like his name trended afterwards.
What did he?
Because everyone was like, "Oh, what would he have done if that happened to him? Like if he was hosting, what would have happened?" And Ricky Gervais was like, "I wouldn't have made like a joke about his wife's haircut or his wife's disability hair thing, whatever." He was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have made a joke about his wife's boyfriends."
Classy.
Yeah, that's the real joke on Will Smith is like he's just a broken person. Like his wife is terrible. I think.
I watched a couple weeks ago. This is something I want to talk about on the show, but I watched. It's the Netflix show Cunk on Earth. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys.
That just sounds so bad.
Yeah, I know. It's the reason is because the reporter's name is Philomena Cunk. That's her last name.
That doesn't make it any better.
No, but so if you have no frame of reference for what this is it's a
better in your head.
It's a history documentary, like you'd see on the Discovery Channel or any streaming platform these days.
Channel?
Yeah, or the History Channel.
Come on, Dave.
But it's this woman who's like doing all the interviews and stuff. She like interviews historians and she's interviewing like real people, real scientists and real historians and real smart people. But
it's not like their dialogue's not scripted.
No, it's kind. See, I want to look into it. It's kind of like Borat in a sense, I think.
Oh yeah.
But but she is like unhinged, like some of the stuff she says, and like some of her questions are really funny. But it's written, and the showrunner is the guy who did Black Mirror. It's not anywhere near as dark as Black Mirror in any sense. But each episode is like 30 minutes long. There's I think just 5 episodes. You are learning like real history stuff as you watch this, but I think it's really funny. It's like right up my alley for like this kind of show. I would highly recommend it. There are some moments that are just like laugh out loud funny, and like, but she like plays it straight like the entire show.
Yes.
And you still get to see like she still travels around to like various parts of the world, so you're still getting to see like anthropological sites and like stuff like that. So you are like learning about history, but it's also like a comedy show in a sense. But
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's really funny. It's very like kind of dry humor though too. So
it's a BBC original.
I think so, and then it's probably like Netflix is what has like the American distribution rights. But I guess the character is something that the Black Mirror guy wrote her for some show that he did like 10 years ago. So every once in a while she will show up in some of the stuff that he does and like some projects. And so this is like the most recent one that she is portraying this
that character,
this reporter essentially. But very funny. I highly recommend.
Was she in any Black Mirror episodes?
I don't know. I don't. Like actual character? No, I don't know if the actress was, but the character definitely wasn't.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
after I finish BoJack.
Oh yeah, how is Bojack?
Which
Horseman?
at this point, I don't know if I could call it a comedy anymore. But
I think you're past the point where it's no longer a comedy. It is like
there's like funny things.
It's like
happening,
a depression
but like
show with like sometimes funny moments.
Yeah, it's so dark.
Yes,
like
exceedingly depressing. You are I guess for people listening, you are partway into season 4, correct?
Yeah, a couple episodes into season 4.
Yep. So
it's it's not good. Like it's really good, but like it's not. I don't feel like it's what I signed on for when I started the show.
Do you still agree that it's like prestige television?
Yeah. I think it's really, really good. Like it's great. Characters that like I really didn't like at first, like the depth of certain characters. Like the first like season, I found like Mr. Peanut Butter just like really grating, and like now like I find him like really compelling. Like
they do a good job of like fleshing out. He is really the Jamie Lannister of BoJack Horseman. Man.
Yeah. And then Princess Carolyn's voice is the one character from Mando.
Yeah, and you've probably seen her in some other things too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but she's like the eyebrowless woman in Mandalorian.
Fixes the person who goes to the ship upgrades.
Yeah, the crazy ship lady.
Yeah. Like, cool, we leveled up Mando's ship. Which, I mean, we all watched the episode, right?
I actually did not see this new episode.
But
you guys can talk about it. There's probably not.
What were you doing?
Were you taking a nap?
No. What do you mean? What was I doing? I got home and then I did stuff with the dog, and then I had dinner with Bree, and then I started recording the podcast.
Oh, Dave, we have to stop. Haven't seen Mando.
We can't really talk about
Mando. You guys can talk about Mando.
No, we can't.
Well, no, you can.
Because somebody pulled a Will.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be safe without Will here.
Well, when did this...
Somehow he's still managed.
I mean, but today is like the first day was available, right?
I mean, that is a good point.
I'm not like weeks behind.
Will's like, it's really hard for me to watch one.
If I didn't watch, or if I didn't record the podcast tonight, that's probably what I would have done, is watch it.
No.
So now it's our fault.
We ruined it. Okay,
yeah. You ruined my night. Thanks a lot, guys.
Just watch it while we record. We can talk about it live.
Whoa, guys, look, it's Grogu. Oh, he got another quest.
He did. He went. He does. Spoiler: she goes on another quest in this episode.
Some solo quests.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it was a good episode though.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan, still looking at him like that. That's all I want to say. I'm kind of.
So Landon's a fan.
I'm crushing on Bo-Katan. I'm crushing,
especially when she was in animation form, right?
Yeah, when they have her get animated in this part of the show.
Yeah. The Watcher from the Marvel Universe comes in. It's like,
what?
Oh, did you guys ever watch What If?
No.
Never mind.
I knew who you meant,
Never
though.
mind.
I knew who you meant.
No, you didn't. I had to explain it to you.
No, I
me.
know who he's like, the weird, like, cosmic guy.
Nope.
Okay.
He's not weird.
Okay.
He's played by Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, not
Nope. Again, Will's not here. So.
Oh gosh, never gets.
Did you
old.
watch The Last of Us, Dave?
I did. Yeah, I am all caught up on The Last of Us.
Prove it.
That last episode, you guys, I thought it was great.
I didn't watch it.
I know you watched it because we were golfing and you wouldn't like go to dinner. Like part of the reason you didn't want to go to dinner was because like you're like, I want to go home and
Heck
watch
yeah.
The Last of Us.
Last of Us above all.
Even though you could go to dinner and then watch The Last of Us.
We were just we did a fun thing.
Yeah,
It was like virtual golf.
yeah. Jordan, friend of the show, Jordan, kind of organized it.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that he did that because I probably would have never gone and done that like off my own accord.
I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, so I would go back. I just need to get better at golf.
Did you take the Miata?
You were
to the.
I did take the Miata. I was bad.
I mean, I wasn't great either.
I was really bad. I was just a smidge better than Oliver, and by
Oliver
smidge-
was the worst.
Were you worse at virtual golf than you were at real golf?
I mean, it's kind of this. I would say I was probably better. I mean, well, maybe no. Actually, I was probably worse.
I feel like that's a
mean,
flaw in the system. I feel like they need to make it
Where you're better.
slightly easier, so that you feel good
I felt
about
like
yourself.
I felt like a lot of it seemed probably pretty accurate, but there was definitely some weird disconnects with like the putting and
I mean, yeah, it can only do so much where it's like,
with the ball tracking.
yeah. And I think some more advanced systems could even like read like the spin you put on the ball and stuff. I don't think this one did that because there are multiple times where I'm like hitting a drive and I'm like, okay, normally that would like hook way right. And now it's like going perfectly straight.
and you're like,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
How
It was
many-
fun though.
How many clubs did Jordan break?
None.
None.
Jordan actually is. I think Jordan's actually getting pretty good.
Jordan's, yeah,
Like
because he,
plays a lot.
yeah.
He's a golf man.
He's a golf man. I think that's like probably one of his bigger hobbies. I would say is golf at this point.
It's part of his work too.
Yeah, he's like the head of the golf department at
I guess some like customer
Bleep's
like
Sporting Goods.
penis sporting good.
Yeah.
I guess some customer like destroyed their version of the virtual golf thing he was saying.
Yeah, they hit like a bad drive and the ball flew up and like hit the camera.
Yeah,
The-
and like
the one spot
destroyed
that could
like
break.
a
It was like
like a
thousands of dollars.
$4,000
Yeah.
thing, and Jordan was like, "He just broke my camera."
Was it insured?
He said it probably was.
Yeah.
Being that expensive, it probably has to be.
But the place was cool, the golf place. Like they had like a bunch
I
of
would go
bays.
back there.
It's
yeah.
just at 5
it was
Mile,
like-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a chill environment.
Yeah, it wasn't loud.
and obnoxious.
Lots of, I mean, they had a decent amount of food options, like all kind of bar food stuff. But like the pretzel was really
Pretzel
good.
was really good.
The hot dog Jordan got looked really good.
Smelled really
They had a
good.
bunch of different beers and drinks.
All the beers, all the
So,
drinks.
Did you
I
miss
just
not
need to get
being able
better.
to walk from hole to hole?
To be honest, actually, that's one of my
They had
favorite.
a treadmill right next to the station. You have to walk.
I actually like
Jordan's
that
like,
about golf.
"Where's the golf carts?"
I like walking a golf course more than driving a cart. To be honest, I think it's fun.
I've never
I
really
think I'd-
driven
I-
a cart
I-
before,
I like walking.
and I would like to drive a cart.
It also gives you more time to think, like in between your shots. Like,
Don't think,
if
just
you hit
do.
the ball like 8 feet and you have to walk,
No.
8 feet to your.
Can't think, just do.
Plus, I think that's
then
what
you
you're
get, like,
supposed to do, right? Like you're supposed to walk it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I mean, if you're lame,
I think it's more fun. Like for me at least, like I'm not good at golf at all, so like part of the enjoyment is just being outside, like in like a pretty environment, like walking. Like
having a smoke,
no, I don't. I don't smoke.
you know, like chomping on a giant cigar, and you're like, playing the pole.
Mick, have you
Where's
ever
the-
smoked a cigar while playing golf?
No, but I've seen people do it.
Yeah,
A lot of people do it.
you're a cigar guy, or are you a pipe guy?
It's funny. I was just having this conversation with Colby today. I mean, I would still smoke a cigar, but I definitely prefer a pipe.
Okay,
One of the
crack pipe.
what
Oh no!
one of the main reasons is because with a cigar, I tend to like get all kind of like my mouth gets kind of like moist, and so the cigar part gets kind of moist and it's kind of gross. But the pipe, it's
Ew.
like it's either wood or like plastic, so it doesn't affect it at all. What are you gonna say? Go ahead, say it.
No,
Yeah, we'll bleep it.
no.
on,
you,
let
know what
loose.
you know what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I've never smoked anything in my entire life.
I don't believe you.
I haven't. I've never smoked a cigarette.
Why are you lying?
I haven't. I swear.
All right.
Did you guys hear about the family that was raising a dog for like 2 years and it turned out to be a bear?
No. I
What's-
feel like that
what's
might be the
wrong with
dumbest
these
family.
people?
Like they might be the dumbest
Family raises 250-pound animal for 2 years thinking it's a dog, but it
Dude,
turns out to be a dog.
no, they can't be that stupid, right? Like,
A family in rural China
oh,
adopted a dog they believed was a puppy, but discovered 2 years later that it was a bear.
How did it take 2 years?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
They thought it was a Tibetan Mastiff, which are giant bear-like dogs. It says males can weigh upwards of 150 to 170 pounds. So it was a
a biggie boy.
big boy. The owner was initially shocked by her dog's ravenous hunger, resulting in him devouring a box of fruits and 2 buckets
And one
of,
child.
Yeah, I was gonna
buckets of
say, and
noodles.
2 of their small children.
2 buckets of noodles daily.
They were just wait, they
Noodles?
were giving it noodles.
I mean, it was probably eating whatever it wanted.
Yeah, because it was like taking it from like
After
it's
just
a literal
2
bear.
years, after just 2 years, the pet weighed in at a whopping 250 pounds and was still expanding.
expanding.
The woman's
Like,
confusion turned to fear as she saw the animal's unusual ability to walk on 2 legs.
this can't. Is this real?
Yeah, this is a quote from the woman. The more he grew, the more he looked bear-like.
I just don't know.
The owner called the police, and they confirmed that their dog was a rare, threaded, some type of Asian black bear.
So they keep it.
But yeah, totally.
That's crazy.
It's estimated that the mature male of that bear, sometimes called moon bear,
Moon bear.
can weigh up to 400 pounds.
Moon bear, I choose you.
It said workers who came to the owner's house to get her bear had too much fear of the wild animal getting close to it while it was awake, so they had to put it to sleep before taking it to the wildlife rescue. Wimps.
It's just a dog.
So yeah, that would be a bit of a surprise.
I mean, what's the acceptable amount of time to decide that like your dog is a bear? Like, how long should it take you to figure that out?
Probably like
Like
a
a
couple
day?
minutes.
Yeah, like a day tops. I feel like.
There's enough differences.
Yeah, yeah. Had this family never seen a dog or a bear before? Like ever?
They said they were a rural family. They've probably
Rural family.
had like lots of dogs before, right? Maybe.
You would think so.
Or lots of bears before. So The Last of Us.
Yeah, we're
aired the
down
second to
to.
last episode.
There's one
One to
last
go.
episode left, right?
The last of
finale.
it.
Oh no.
What did you guys think of David?
He was creepy.
So creepy.
He was so creepy.
They cast him so well.
Yes.
And he looks nothing like he does in the video game, but
No.
I mean, everything else is like perfect.
Yeah.
And it was like so like bone chilling, just
Oh, he's so yeah.
oh god.
Like they open, I was a little like so they open with him preaching basically to like the group of people in that
Yep.
town. And at first I was like, oh, they're gonna like add a religious twist to it, which I don't think was in the game.
It is in the game, but it's not anywhere near as like upfront.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't say at all that he's a preacher now, but there are like very religious kind of undertones to things. Like that same banner that was up in like the steakhouse is still up there in the game.
Yeah.
Which
But I like that they
believe
like
is
basically like
a verse or something.
I like that they like allude that like he's just doing this as like an act to like try to lead the, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't really buy into any of it. Like it's just like
No, and he even talks about later in the episode that like it seems like his god is really the cordyceps,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is just so
Yeah, he's so
creepy.
yeah. He's creepy. I liked what do you guys think of Troy Baker
As James?
Yeah, I thought he was really good.
He was great. He was. I mean, yeah, he was great in that role, and you know, it's a smaller role and everything. But I think I would have bought him as probably a live action Joel. I'm not saying that like I don't like Pedro Pascal. I think that for this show and this version of Joel, Pedro Pascal is perfect.
Yeah.
But seeing Troy Baker in like real life with the beard and everything, like I would have bought him as Joel too. I think.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, again, the episode sticks so closely to the video game.
Yeah.
They really only add just a few things here and there. They take away.
A little bit.
They did take away something that, like, at this point, like, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But it was just another example of them taking away more of the infected.
Yep. There's none of that with Dave and her fighting off.
Yeah, which is
The horde
kinda
mode,
where
the
you-
hardest part of the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is where you kind of like start to trust David a little bit. Like you save his life, he saves your life. He has a gun on him the whole time that you don't really know about, and then infected come, he pulls the gun out. It's like, you had another gun?
Yeah.
And so that was cut, which they keep saying it's like, oh, you know, in a video game that works really well because you're doing something. If you're just seeing people mowing down infected, it gets boring after a while. It's like, I get that, but like you keep saying that for everything that
But you want to see it at least once, right?
at least once, and we've seen
Yeah.
it a few times, but it's not like it's not. I don't think it's enough, and I think probably a big reason is just budget. And
I
just,
think we'll see more of it probably in the second season, would be my guess.
I would hope so.
Especially because they spend way more time in a more heavily populated city where there would be more of them. So,
Yeah. But I mean, it really is a minor complaint because it honestly doesn't change anything about like what has happened in the episode.
they still get their conversation by themselves when James is off going.
Much all happens the same way still.
They humanize like the group of people a little bit better too, that like David's leading. Like in the game, like it's like they're just like, you know, army of, you know, crazy people. And I feel like they do a better job of like
I mean, all you really see is just the people that you're killing.
yeah. Like so like this you get to see like this is like a group of people that are like probably I would assume a lot of them are still probably halfway decent people that don't know what's going on. Like it's implied that like a lot of them do not know what is happening, that they're eating
It was
people.
said so in the like extra thing at the end of each episode, which I still don't know why you won't just watch. It doesn't spoil anything. It just like it has a cool behind the scenes stuff.
No.
It said that David and James were like the only ones that knew.
Oh, okay.
Which is so creepy because in the episode, it's revealed that the people that Joel or the person that Joel kills in episode 6,
The guy
at the
who
very
stabs
end,
Joel,
the guy that
gets
stabs Joel,
killed.
that's the dad of
That one girl that's
the
there.
girl that David's totally creepy over. Also,
Yeah.
and I mean, it happens that
They
they're eating.
Yeah. They're like when can we bury him? And they're like, oh, it's too cold. I'm like,
The ground's too hard.
yeah.
We'll bury him in spring,
Yeah.
but there might not be a body left to bury.
Yeah.
Oh, so creepy and just messed up on so many levels. But I mean, it really does hit home just how like messed up David is.
That I mean, just in the desperation of these people, because like, too.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
they like. I mean, you could see struggle with people like, man, is this worth like still being here and following this guy? But he was saying in the episode like, I'm the shepherd and these are my sheep, and they're like,
yeah,
they'll follow me.
yeah,
They'll do what I say.
yep,
But yeah, going into this episode, I really just wanted like two things that were in the episode that if they weren't, I would have been like man, like they really missed a good part here. Is when one like all the finale stuff with Ellie and the burning down building with David. That was
yeah,
such a good payoff, and like Bella Ramsey again is just like she's just knocking it out of the park. And then the other scene is Joel doing the like little mini interrogation with those two guys. Like that was like basically shot for shot in the game. Like, and it's funny too because it's like, man, this like half dead Joel is still like able to take out these like 2 or 3 guys.
Well, I love the line like he's like, I tell you anything. He's like
It's okay. I believe
the other guy.
he just like caves his head in like.
So that was like, yeah, I was like, yes, like I want to see Joel like
In rage mode. We're gonna
rage
see it
mode.
even more. Like it's gonna be. Oh man.
Probably, I would say so.
The one thing. So I know this happens in the game too. But so when David and James like take Ellie out of the cage and they throw her on like, the table, and they're gonna kill her. And then she says, "Oh, like you're infected now because I'm infected."
She says, "I'm infected."
Yeah, and they're like, "What?" No, you are too because she bit him. Is it ever like established whether like if Ellie does bite somebody, do they get infected?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would probably be that way.
Because I can't remember if there was anything like with like Ellie and Dina when they were like making outs of her being like scared that like she was gonna give.
I don't think
I can't remember if they mentioned anything like with that in the game.
I don't think they do. I mean, yeah, I don't remember anything.
Because I can't, like, I don't know if it would. I mean, you would think it would work that she would just pass it on if she bit somebody.
I would
like, they
not
would get
think
infected.
that.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
Is it kind of Dave? Is it probably under the same like scientific reasonings as the same thing? Like her just giving her blood to Sam didn't heal him.
Yeah,
like
I would
that type of thing. It's like it's more complicated than that, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
So what is it like? So how does it work? Then, so like, so she isn't infected, but like, remember in the game, like it's all in her. Like the cordyceps is inside of her. Like it's like in her brain and stuff. Like if I remember correctly, they have like X-rays of it. Like it's in her like system. Isn't that right? Like, don't they show X-rays and they're like, yeah, it's in her brain because that's why they have. That's why they have to, like, she has to, spoilers for the last episode, but like she has to die to get it because like it's in there. So like it's not like if you did an X-ray on her, it's like like she's clearly infected. Like so it just doesn't have like the effects on her, or what's the?
I don't know. The problem is it's too
It's just
fictitious, like to understand. Like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, so if you're immune to zombies, but like,
or is it fictitious?
Whoa. The world is warming.
Still cold here.
Yeah, it's so. Yeah, so we have
Big
one
Head telling us
left.
we're all going to die in 50 years.
Yeah. One thing I didn't mind it too much, but like in the game when Ellie's like hacking David to pieces and it's like amazing, like and she's like screaming and like just like I mean like you don't actually see what his like face looks like, but like clearly like it's like probably just a blood.
She has a machete.
It's hamburger.
Yeah.
Like
she's
if there's
not
any
holding
survivors,
back.
like they're gonna eat it. They're gonna be like, oh, burgers. Like
Yeah.
Like there's no way he's going, James, I'll find you.
stop.
But in the game, Joel rushes in the building, drags her off, and like sees what she did. It says you'll be okay. And like in the show, like it happens outside the flaming building.
Yep.
Which I guess makes sense because the doors were all locked or whatever. But like for me, like I thought it had like more of an impact of like Joel walking in and seeing what she had to do, like as opposed to like just seeing her. Like
I mean, I guess in like your head canon, you can like say like, oh, maybe Joel saw through the window or something. But yeah, they were explaining that they wanted her to like finish it on her own.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he
Be
did
done
also
with it.
see her covered in like splatter.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very small. Like it's like if I hadn't played the, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like it was
Yeah.
weird. I
It
thought
is different,
I thought it was
though.
odd that they didn't keep that.
But I mean, the embrace between those two, though, I was like, it's a baby.
Well, she looks so shell shocked.
A long time.
She looks like shell shocked walking out of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, she again, like Bella Ramsey is just amazing.
Yeah, she's killing it. Yeah.
So good.
I wonder what happened to the rest of the cannibal people. What do you think happened to them? You think they all died? They probably all starved to death, right?
I think Joel ate them all.
Yeah.
Well, the one daughter is gonna the whole they're gonna like change the whole story for the last episode, and like they don't go to Colorado or no Utah. They don't go to Utah. They don't do all that, and she's the one that becomes the other character from Last of Us 2.
You made me eat my father.
You killed. Yeah, standing there like a splintered bat handle. Like, you know who I am.
I imagine. I mean, there's some of them probably still alive, but
Yeah.
I mean, after Dave is gone and James is gone, those are like the number 1 and 2 guys.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be like, hey, we could probably go now.
Yeah.
Probably do our own thing now.
It is crazy the desperation. Like,
Yeah.
it's a grim world.
So what's for dinner tonight? Venison.
Yeah.
Dad.
I like how like
The most
David
like bloody
David's,
red meat.
David's
possible.
eating like it so enthusiastically too. For like
Yeah,
like,
it's so
His plate was
disturbing.
huge.
yeah.
He had the biggest helping out of all of them.
They do a good job of like just like they do in the game with like at first you're like this guy's creepy, but like toying with like how bad is this guy, like and like they fully like towards the end you're like, oh, this guy's like a psychopath, like. But I like that they don't like full on like right from the get go.
Well, it's creepy too because they add in the show that David used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've always had a violent heart.
It's like, oh my.
The struggle is what makes it the best.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
that was my
just
favorite
a
part. It's like,
total,
oh my
like,
god, dude.
just abusive a-hole. Like,
Yeah.
gosh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Definitely got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 episode left. Honestly, there's not a lot left in the story, but
Nope.
there's very crucial things that are going to happen.
Yep.
Which I mean, at this point, I definitely have all the faith that they're going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I think they'll do a great job.
Yeah. There's like, I mean, they got to have the giraffe.
The draft scene, which leads into like a very kind of important conversation that Ellie has with Joel at that point too.
That's when she tells him like, we have to, like, no matter what.
She's like, this has to be for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, this can't have all been for nothing.
Yeah. I'm probably going to cry. Like in the last episode, I think. I'm probably going to cry.
I got you, baby girl. It's okay. Come on.
Oh, I wonder how much action, like, because like they definitely, like you said, they've cut back on the action.
I would see them definitely cutting out probably most of, if not all, like the going through the sewer area, like getting washed away by water. All. I mean,
they have to have that part though, because she gets knocked out. They have to have her get knocked out somehow.
And they could do that in any other way. That's probably way cheaper.
Yeah, that would be expensive. That whole suit.
That's
like a
bunch
very,
of water,
very video gamey kind of.
Yeah,
that's one of the creepy areas in the game too. Like there's clickers and stuff down there. I think there's some bloaters. Yeah. Like I wonder how many. Because like in the game too, once you get to like the hospital and like you get the assault rifle, like you were like mowing through so many like people. I feel like on your way to the like
even like when you get woken up and you hear what's happening and you're like being escorted back like out of the area, you like just destroy this guy that's like. Yeah. like shooing you off, and you're just like shooting him in the stomach. You're like, where is she? And he's like, ah! And you're like shooting him in the knee. You're like, where is he?
They should keep that in.
Then you're like, I don't have time for this, and you just shoot him again.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's supposed to be like a 90-minute episode or something. I
thought it was gonna be shorter.
Oh, is it
like
short?
A 40-minute one?
40? Wait, really?
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know if 40 minutes is. I hope it's 90 minutes. I hope it's an hour and a half. I think they have to.
I thought it was going to be shorter.
They really need to. I feel like they do need to set up some stuff for season 2 also a little bit better than the game. Like now knowing, I feel like there should definitely at least be a little bit of setup for some stuff. But that's just me. It's 22 minutes. It's the official runtime.
Well, you got to have time for the commercials, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know where it says any runtime.
I don't know. I just figured it would be one of the longer ones, but.
Well, I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah. Did you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how creepy was David?
So probably like an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty creepy.
You didn't do much talking about the episode, Dave. Did you? Did you like it?
No, I liked. I liked it.
No,
I
hated it. Dude, really? Hater.
No, I liked the episode a lot. I mean, I agree. I think they did a really good job with how creepy David was. I do think there was something about like that kind of horde scene that resonated with me in particular, that it was such like a difficult part of the game that I think it would have been cool to reflect it more as a struggle for the characters as much as it was for the player. So that like I think that was something that was kind of maybe lacking a little bit. So I agree with that.
There's so many infected in that part of the game. Like,
yeah, for me it was easily the hardest part of the whole game. It was rough.
Because you're like running through old like mills and stuff, and like you're held up and you're cornered, and
and I don't think you don't have very many weapons with Ellie. I think you just have like a pistol, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I liked the whole interaction with her in the cage talking with David. It's just so well done and so creepy. And then when he finally when she finally breaks his finger, I was like, oh, good. Like,
that was awesome. Yeah.
Like this guy needs to like. This guy needs to shut up.
In the show, I think over the video game is she ends up eating the food in the video game.
Oh no!
And I'm like, I would not have trusted that, and I think that was a good call in the show to make her just not even eat it.
Yeah,
because and especially in the game, because in the game compared to the show, like the show you just see like a tiny human ear like in the corner of the room, and the game you just see James just like butchering up a human body and like shoving an arm over. It's like, okay, I'll trust that this is deer.
Yeah. In the game, is it as heavily like? Because in the show, it's definitely. I mean, his character's like David's a pedophile, but like in the game, it's in it more implied in the video game and not as much like straight up. Or is it told in that same scene where she breaks his finger? Is it like basically implied the same way at that point in the game?
I would say it's kind of the same, where he's like seeing her as an equal and possibly more. Yeah,
I love that. Like she just butchers him, and that's so great. It's awesome.
I don't know how much stock this is, like how much stock there is in this, but IMDb says the last episode is supposed to be 50 minutes long.
Okay. I just saw something that said 43 minutes. So You're wrong.
So Landon's
Mick's
going to
right.
be disappointed with final.
I wanted a
episode.
long one. I wanted 90 minutes.
I mean,
I feel like that would be fitting.
Yeah, I mean they did I think they've had a 90-minute episode. So.
They had like 2 90-minute episodes, didn't they?
Yeah,
I just don't want it to be like too much. Like I think they've done a good job at like sticking to the story really, and not like making it too bloated or anything.
How much game is left at this point? Like 2 hours or so, probably total.
Not even that.
Of gameplay too, including gameplay.
Yeah, not even that.
Okay.
I think they're gonna add some flashback stuff with probably Ellie's background a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, I do think that they should add probably some stuff with
Certain
probably
characters.
setting up season 2 stuff or whatever beyond. But
That good Boba Fett shot when he's holding up Django's, that kind of thing.
where'd the head go?
She's holding the scrubs. Is that what you're saying?
So
Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah, it went by really fast.
I did.
It
Like
did.
9 weeks.
Yeah. Just like all of time, it just marches on. We all grow closer to our impending doom.
Well, I think.
But you got a sports car.
I do have a sports car, so you can't take that from me.
Well,
I
they
guess the
can.
bank could if I didn't pay the payments. So please subscribe to our Patreon. That's all I've got. Dave, you did some cool stuff. I don't know if you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't get a
Tonight.
chance to talk about it on the show yet, did I? But so a couple
Yeah,
weeks
that's
ago.
all the time.
Oh, okay. I'll talk about it real quick. I mean, there's not like a lot for me to like go into, but a couple weeks ago,
It's not that interesting.
you guys recorded the podcast, and I wasn't here because I was bussed down to a flight strip that was like an hour away from here, and Bree and I got to get into gliders, and there were some tow planes that took us off and towed us up to about like a mile above the valley floor. So we were probably like maybe 8,000 feet above sea level, I think. And then they released the tow hook, and then we got to fly around in gliders for about 30 minutes. And we were each in our own glider with an instructor, so it was
Yeah,
us and the
dog fight.
instructor.
Dave immediately knocked out the instructor. He was like,
Give me the stick.
I'm the pilot now.
I've trained my entire
It
life.
probably would not have been hard. I think my instructor probably was like 85 years old or something.
Oh my gosh, that's
so scary. I would know
That
absolutely not.
is terrifying.
No, the
Now, the most important thing you have to remember is
the guy I had was really nice. He was really knowledgeable too, because he took us over like near the San Gabriel Mountains, and that's where they take off the tow hook. So we're essentially flying like amidst these mountains, through like just above the trees, and to the point where like the trees are sometimes like to your like side on either side.
What?
And it honestly felt like sometimes like I could reach out and touch the trees on the mountain. And I guess because of
Tear your
like
wing off.
I guess because of the,
probably you wouldn't have any wings at that point, so I hope
Because-
you couldn't touch the trees.
because of the nature of the gliders, and how they can control and stuff, you can get a lot closer to things than you can in like a plane with an engine. So it was a much different experience than if I had been like in a prop plane or something.
What was it like? Was it quieter? Like, what did it sound like?
Oh, it was. I mean,
Did you have the like little speaker like? No, we're over here.
no, I was just the guy was like just behind. So I would like turn my head and talk to him, and he would just talk to me like just because I was
How,
sitting
like,
in front of him.
Was it like a scary like bad things could happen like really easily, or like was it pretty safe? Did it feel very safe?
I felt extremely safe. I mean, it was like bad things could happen in the sense that bad things can happen in any type of situation. But like I never once was I like scared throughout the whole experience. I mean, you were just gliding on the wind essentially. So waiting, like slowly going down.
What if there was no wind?
Well, there actually wasn't a lot of wind that day. So essentially it just means that you fall
You're losing
dive.
altitude
you
faster.
fall more quickly essentially, but we were up for so long, like I said, it was about 35 minutes that I got to
That's
be
awesome.
in air, and it was
that
so
35
much
minute-
fun.
How long did the tow plane tow you guys?
It was probably like maybe 7 minutes or so.
Oh, and the rest was just
Yeah, the rest is
gliding?
just gliding. Yeah, but
Were
there
you doing
was
kind of like just big like circles or
sometimes, but like you can actually turn very tightly in the gliders.
You can do
you can do like there was once where he like dove the glider.
Oops, forgot we don't have an engine.
There was once where we were above this peak that was kind of amidst some other like ranges, and he dove essentially like the glider straight down, and then like leveled back up, and then like came up. So we kind of did like a U shape, and that was really fun because like you had the feeling of like the pressure from a little bit extra G's, and then on the dip like you got the feeling of like weightlessness. And then we
thrown up.
and then we gained, like a good, however much we lost. He said we went down probably about like 300 feet, and then we came up probably about like 200 something feet when we came back up. But yeah, you can actually move like pretty. There's a lot of agility that the gliders had. But the experience, I mean, there's no engine or anything. It's just really long wings on it. So it was really peaceful. I would say, other than like hearing like the sounds of the wind, it was a very quiet experience. The guy I was with, he was really knowledgeable about the things around us, like down on the ground.
Oh, a flock of birds.
Bird strike.
So I got to learn a lot about like just some of the things he was talking about. One of the places we flew over was a place that Brianna and I had hiked like a month prior. So it was really cool to see that like from a mile up, being like, oh, there's the visitor center. There's the hiking trail we took.
So small.
There's all the mountains we got to see. And the mountains, they were covered in snow too. So it was like a beautiful day to do this. And at one point of the gliding, just because of the way the mountains are, we could see the ocean and see the Channel Islands out like past Los Angeles. So like,
did you see Uncle Sean and Aunt Elizabeth?
Yeah, I waved to him.
No.
But it was I had a blast. Brianna also had a blast. The takeoff was really fun. The landing was really fun. He let me fly for about 7 minutes. Which was really cool. He was like, okay, like, here's the pedals, here's the stick. He had it too in case there's anything that went horribly awry, but he was kind of instructing me how to do it.
Fell asleep.
Yeah, so I was getting to like turn and do banks and stuff with the glider, and it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. It was really cool. But I missed the podcast because of this. So never again.
Not worth it.
Did you try to recreate the scenes from The Last Crusade?
No, I did not.
You're like, Dad, 11 o'clock fire.
No,
like,
I recreated the scene
no.
from Raiders, and I brought a snake and put it in the.
You're like, oh man, wrong movie.
Yeah.
Can you get like how often can you guys do this again sometime? Like, did it cost money?
We probably could. It was $100 a piece. We did it through the base outdoor recreation office.
That seems like a very good deal.
It was
like
$100. It was an exceedingly good deal for how long we got to be in the sky and how much fun both of us had. But yeah, if this comes up as something that they offer again, then I think Brie and I would sign up to do it in a heartbeat. Yeah. It was. I would highly recommend doing it at some point. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. And on the way back, we got in and out. So the day just kept getting better.
Wow.
I got to do something in the sky. Maybe I'll skydive this spring.
I would go skydiving with you. Skydive trip. Yeah. Colby would probably go again.
I think so. I'm like getting nervous thinking about it though. Did you do it, Mick?
Mick would not skydive.
Of course not.
Mick would watch all of us skydive and be like, "Oh, don't die." And then we would land and like talk about how much fun it was. And Mick would be like, "Oh, I'm glad you guys are still alive." And we'd be like, "Man, you should have come with us. It was so much fun." Skydiving is really fun, Mick. You should do it.
I mean, horrible things can happen. But like really like.
Actually, I have not talked about skydiving on here because I did it like a couple of weeks, I think, after Colby did, and I missed recording the podcast because I skydived, and I just forgot to talk about it. But skydiving
did
also.
We never talk about it?
No, I didn't. Skydiving was also a blast. The moment,
the adrenaline rush,
the feel of when you roll out of the plane and start free falling. And you're doing a somersault in the sky is probably the coolest feeling I have ever felt.
Sounds awesome.
It was so
scary,
cool. Like because you do the somersault and you see the plane like beneath you, but it's not beneath you; it's above you, and you're falling away from it really fast. Oh gosh, skydiving like that was another thing Brie and I really enjoyed was skydiving as well. I don't know if I could choose between the two of them because they're both such different experiences. One thing I really like about soaring is you get to see so much of like the topography in the land.
Yeah.
And I love like just looking at maps a lot, and it's like being able to like physically look. It's almost like kind of look at a map like in real life, which is one reason I've always been interested in flying. So I really like that regard, but you don't get the feeling of like as much of the exhilaration as free falling through the air that you get from skydiving. So they're both very fun, very fun. Excuse me.
Dave's dying.
This is how I die.
Not he survives choking on his own spit.
They're both very fun, very different kinds of fun, but highly recommend both activities. They are
all right. Well, maybe come to Spokane. Maybe we'll go skydiving.
Yeah, I would do it again for sure.
I think I could definitely talk myself into doing it. Like I'm like nervous thinking about it, but I think I could do it.
Colby and I could pressure you into it. We could be like, "Oh, it's so fun! It's so cool."
Yeah, Mick.
Yeah, I'm like
you look freaked out.
I'm like freaking out just thinking about like just the like everything fails, goes wrong, and then the ground's just screaming up.
I mean,
like
it would be you wouldn't feel anything most likely.
You're way more likely to die in a car crash like on your way to work than you are in a skydiving accident. Like,
I don't believe that.
Okay,
wrong.
I do remember hearing a story of like it was somebody like I think my dad might have known them or somebody I worked with knew them like. And that was like their thing. Like they had like a bunch of friends they did it with, and like there was an accident one day where like they were trying to do a group thing, and like I think it was like 5 of them got tangled up or something, and like he was like the only one that didn't. Oh. Like he was able to get out, like he was able to get his stuff uncut and get free, but like I think like it was like 7 or like 6 out of 8 of the people died or something.
Oh
like,
my gosh!
Yeah, like,
hey, we're trying to get Mick to go like, skydiving.
But that was because they were doing some group maneuver stuff, you know. That's when they're like doing like the hand holding thing, you know. So.
Dave's gonna want to do that.
No,
like,
I'm not. No.
Dave's gonna be like, "Come here, Colby and Landon."
I'd be strapped to somebody.
I don't want to touch Landon's hands.
They'd be really
on the ground, let alone in the sky.
Yeah, I'm never skydiving.
Well,
no thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take you. I mean, it's in Ritzville. I'll take you to the Zips afterwards.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I think that's all we have for tonight.
If you're in the Spokane area during this weekend and St. Paddy's Day, you know, the pipe band that I'm in, we're going to be playing around downtown. So come see us play. We accept tips.
Are you playing both weekends?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Might go downtown, have a pint of Guinness, shot of Jameson, maybe. I don't know.
Something stereotypical.
Yeah, yeah. Choke down a pint of Guinness.
You don't like Guinness, do you?
No, not really. No, it's okay.
I enjoyed my Guinness and Jameson with you in Vegas.
At Vegas,
that was fun. I like that.
Yeah,
I was there too.
But you didn't
get a Guinness.
You didn't get a Guinness and Jameson like Landon and I did.
I got a Guinness,
but no Jameson.
I don't like Jameson. Yeah.
I can stomach down like just straight up whiskey more than like beer.
Whiskey. I mean, they're both gross. I just don't like that whiskey tastes like dirt.
I think some whiskey tastes good, and also it's like I can drink one small amount of whiskey, or I like can be like, oh, that burned. Or I can like take like 20 sips of a beer, and each time be like, ow, ew, gross. like has the same effect. Like I'd rather just
knock it back once.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my Diet Coke.
It's about the destination. It's not about the journey. Oh.
I feel like that's the opposite of like every like lesson you're supposed to learn about stuff like that.
On that note,
it's not about what you learn along the way. It's about getting the prize at the end.
It's about forgetting.
All right. So next week, Will still won't be here.
Nope, it's very busy.
Anything else, Dave?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll
bye.
We'll be back next week, and we'll see you later.
Sorry you later.
No.
You raised me up so I can skydive with Mick.
So I can fall into mountains.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Splat.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.